possibility seekers, this is an interesting time of the year, isn't it? It's hustling and bustling and it's crazy, and we have to deal with obligations and family and planning and cooking and entertaining or driving long distances or all of the above. And it can be a little bit of a stressful scenario and stressful time. And that's why I thought we wanted to talk about gratitude today. Gratitude, such an overused word, isn't it? But honestly, there's so many mental health benefits to practicing some sort of gratitude. And I'm going to unpack some of the ideas that I would share with you and that I try to do in my own life on a regular basis. And again, no one's perfect, but if we do just a little bit of it, it reduces our depression and our anxiety. Research shows that practicing gratitude can help lower levels of depression and anxiety. A recent study published in the Journal of Happiness Studies found that people who regularly express gratitude have a higher sense of psychological well-being. According to a landmark study by Dr. Robert Emmons and Dr. Michael McCullough, it revealed that people who keep gratitude journals on a weekly basis are 25% happier than those who don't. And then practicing gratitude helps people manage stress and improve resilience during challenging situations. So people who are grateful tend to recover faster from PTSD. In fact, you've got better sleep. According to a study published in Applied Psychology, Health and Wellbeing, just spending 15 minutes jotting down things you're grateful for just before bed can help you sleep better and longer. So those of us that struggle with, oh dear, I'm not getting enough sleep or I'm not getting good quality sleep, let's try to just jot down 5 things that we're grateful for at the end of the day, right before we close our eyes. It's an easy thing. You just put a notepad next to your bed and you just jot things down. I like to journal in the morning and I feel like it centers my day a little bit better. But to be honest, I could reverse engineer that and do it at night and it would probably be easier for me. Believe it or not, gratitude practice lowers your blood pressure, according to the American Journal of Cardiology. So if you have systolic blood pressure readings, which can be, an indication of your heart health, and you can impact that positively with just a few practices around gratitude, why not, right? What about your relationships? Stronger relationships, increasing your empathy and reducing your depression or anxiety, right? The idea that you're connecting with people and helping others and just you get into a different mind space when you practice the idea that how can you be grateful and angry at the same time? Like, I think about that and I've heard it and I've seen it and I think maybe even Oprah said it, but when you're grounded in being okay with something and being grateful that you have or are experiencing something, it's really hard to be a mean person, So you from a workplace perspective, you have people who feel appreciated and who practice gratitude at work have higher productivity, greater engagement, and less likely to experience burnout. So your job satisfaction is better. So your teams are going to feel better. Even at Harvard Business Review, they found that managers who thank their employees, for instance, see a 50% increase in their team's productivity. Gratitude is not just about like what you are feeling and what you're experiencing. It's also expressing gratitude to your team, to your employees, to your coworkers. I'm constantly saying, thank you so much. You did a great job. I really appreciate it. And just this idea that you can't do it alone. And I always say, pushing the boulder uphill by yourself is far harder than trying to do it with a tribe, trying to do it with a community. And I've talked about community, and that's the reason I started my retreats. And I am committed to having these women around me and being around them in a way that we can share positive energy. And positive energy has a lot to do with being in a gratitude state of mind. So your changes to the brain, your MRI studies show that gratitude can change the brain structures. It activates positive emotions and it releases the feel-good neurotransmitters. Gratitude stimulates the hypothalamus, which regulates stress and activates the release of dopamine, that feel-good neurotransmitter. So this makes gratitude a powerful tool for boosting mood and promoting overall, mental health. So, you want to be grounded in what is gratitude. It's more than just thank you. It's a deeper, consistent recognition and appreciation for the things that are good in life, right? And so you could be pointed about it and practice and have a specific place and time and whatever that you want to do, or you could just be spontaneous. It's like, hey, I'm so happy that we're working on this thing together. I am so thankful that you called my mother for me. Thank you so much. I'm so thankful that we're going to be getting together as a family this weekend. Thank you so much for inviting me to your home this weekend. Just this notion of being able to say and constantly weave in a thank you to show other people appreciation. This is the right time of year for you to think about getting more intentional, my favorite word, about being grateful. And so once we understand the neurological impacts of it, whether it's dopamine or serotonin and just mental health, we understand that there's a mind, body, spirit connection here on this whole notion of gratitude. So you want to be clear that it can reduce depression, anxiety, and increase happiness. And it can also be building resilience and in the way that you handle stress or challenging situations. So if you have a more positive outlook on life and you have a sense of emotional well-being, you're going to show up differently. You're going to be a different person to interact with. I know people who are negative, who always see the sky is falling, the sky is falling. They don't do so well with adversity. They don't do so well with, challenges. And typically, those are the same people that are on blood pressure medication. So think about the correlation of people even in your own life, and you're going to see the very interesting, if this, then that, blood pressure medication, attitude, gratitude, positivity. There is this continuum. And if you notice the people you want to be around, the people that have that, positive energy, or I love your energy, or, you're so great to be with, I guarantee you they are not negative Nellies. I guarantee you that. I also guarantee you that they're thinking about gratitude in a very intentional way. So, you have to figure out a way that works for you, whether, you create something within your home, within your office, within your car. You could be dropping Junior off at a soccer game and in your car just jotting down the 5 things that you're grateful for in general, and maybe the 5 things that you were grateful for that particular day. It does shift your mood. And maybe when Junior gets back in the car with his 5 other smelly friends, you have maybe an appreciation for how cute they could be as opposed to how annoying and smelly they could be. Do you see what I'm saying? So the idea of, practical ways to practice gratitude, let's go through it. Let's ideate together. You've got journaling, right? I talk about journaling a lot. You've got, your little MDM journals, 3 to 5 things that you're grateful for every day. Be specific. I am grateful for the delicious cup of coffee that I am drinking from Costa Rica this morning. I am grateful for the ability to go outside and get fresh air in a beautiful garden. Be specific. Put yourself in that moment. Be really, really, really granular, because when you trigger that recall, that memory, that's when the brain really feels it and sends the serotonin and the dopamine to the rest of the body. You want meditations. You want to be able to, have a ritual, maybe something simple, right? You could do something as simple as having a gratitude jar or gratitude letters, right? I liked to do this a couple of years ago. We did it, and it was New Year's Eve, and my kids and we were together, and I said, I want us to review the year and write down everything that we're grateful for and what we're proud of and what we thought went really, really well. That's a really great practice. Now I do it much more, intentionally and deeply, and it's a workbook that I use to do it. But the point is, it grounds me in being focused for the year. It focuses me on my objectives and my goals. And we did it at the retreat, the BHAGs, committing to what it is that you say you want to have happen and then actually doing them. So you have to be in action. You can't think or meditate your way through being grateful. You actually have to do the work, write it down, practice it, for me, I feel like every time I go back to being intentional and regular about my gratitude practices, I feel better. I show up a lot less edgy, I think is the word. So consider it, it can transform your mindset, your relationships, and your overall well-being. It has a ripple effect. So by inviting you to create this daily practice, whether it's, writing it down in your work notebook or writing it down in a designated journal or just thinking it through, saying it out loud, meditating on it, whatever it takes, it's going to make an impact. And I think if we want to use this as an opportunity to, because it's the time of year to do some of this, I think that's great. I just invite you to incorporate some sort of practice into your life, especially during this Thanksgiving season and this crazy, holiday season. Don't take the bait. If you don't want to get into the crazy, try not to do the crazy. There's certain things that we can say no to and certain things we need to say yes to for our own joy. And I always talk about, creating joy, making sure that there is joy in our life. And if you've got too much of one color and it looks all like work and no fun, no play, then, this is the time to make adjustments. So I wish you a very, very happy and healthy holiday season, a happy Thanksgiving, and lots of gratitude. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for you listening to this. And I'm grateful that I'm here to share my thoughts on it. So let's be grateful together. Love and kisses with gratitude, Monique.